I'm Brett Wilhelm, and I'm from just outside Boulder, Colorado, down the road about 2 hours. So my rig is a 1992 Toyota Townace Amcraft camper. It was almost like a Winnebago of Japan. They would get the platform from Toyota and they would build it out as a camper, and it lived in Japan for 25 years before I brought it into the country a few years ago. I brought the camper in 2017 because it's a 1992, so you have to wait 25 model years to bring them in. So at the time I was looking for kind of an overlanding rig, you know, the van life market was already super hot, and Sprinter vans were $100,000. Even a nice old Westphalia VW was $50,000 in good shape. So these JDM vehicles presented a really good value. Also, in high school, I lived in Japan. I was the son of a Navy officer, and I learned to drive there. So I had a nostalgia aspect when I started looking at some of these JDM options you could bring in. I think the most unique feature of the vehicle is the incredible use of space that they were able to engineer into a small footprint. So it really has a ton of options, a ton of features in a platform not bigger than a regular passenger car. So my girlfriend and I and our dog, we use this kind of for longer trips around the American West, you know, maybe 2-3 weeks at a time. And one of the things I really enjoyed, given the timing of buying it in 2017, unbeknownst to us, is it would be so friendly to travel in the COVID world we lived through for the last year and a half. And we were able to do a lot of things completely self-contained, right out of our house into this to get some unique adventures. The more I travel, one of the things I really love about this is it actually has hot and cold water. The engine heats the hot water tank as you drive, so it's really nice to get somewhere to go on a long mountain bike ride and come back and actually have a hot shower. So yeah, one of the things that make this vehicle unique is the double wall fiberglass pop top camper. So it has spots for 2 people to sleep upstairs, and then the whole bottom area converts into one big bed. Love the awning, provides lots of extra space for hanging out, especially on hot days. And then it does have the outdoor sink with hot and cold water out here. Slides out, great for showering or even doing some dishes out here. So again, this is a right-hand drive Japanese domestic market vehicle. It has a 2-liter Toyota 2C diesel engine. It's non-turbo, so it's not particularly fast, especially at the high altitudes here in Colorado. But it has a column shift 5-speed, and then it also has a proper 4-wheel drive and a low-speed transfer case. So pretty comfortable behind the wheel. Nothing fancy, no frills, but pretty fun to drive. So one of the nice things is it does feature a full kitchen. I have a 3-way, you know, propane plus AC/DC fridge, propane burner, and again, hot and cold water. Pretty good storage, all the drawers, and then it also has a cabinet that I've kind of outfitted with some extra storage and different shelves of things. Lastly, it does have a nice little surprise of a drop-away shower floor inside the vehicle. You can also use it for storage. I just put a cassette toilet in there. All right, and then so the main dinette area, of course, place for a couple people to sit comfortably. This all pops out and the whole area converts, these panels drop into the space and it converts into a rather large, call it a queen size bed. Nice ventilation. The double wall fiberglass keeps it pretty cool in summer and also pretty warm in winter. And then it also does feature a diesel cabin heater that runs off the main diesel fuel tank, so you can run the cabin heater for weeks on end on a full tank of diesel. One of the reasons I bought this was kind of both as a travel vehicle and also a mobile office for my business. And one of the things I found here, with a little solar on top, this vehicle doesn't use a lot of electricity for its systems because we have propane, so it's plenty to charge cameras and laptops and anything else I need during our daily travels. All right, so as I said, the vehicle does have hot and cold water tanks, and then it does run on propane. So we have 2 small propane tanks I can switch back and forth here. And then of course the venting for the fridge, but I actually added this vent so I could get to the back side of the fridge for service, and then also give it a little better flow through on everything. And a friend built a rack system for me so I could add skis on the back or mountain bikes on the back and still kept the factory ladder, and it just connects over to the spare tire. So one of the things I've certainly gotten used to is our good friend Google Translate, because I've kept a lot of the original Japanese signage, some of the tax discs, and some of the national park stickers. And then inside, a lot of the buttons I've kept in Japanese. Now I've memorized them, but a lot of it I've used Google Translate a lot to learn what everything meant and where everything ran when I first got the vehicle. Our next adventure, Well, we're arguing right now because my girlfriend would like to go to Baja and I would love to go to Alaska. So we're trying to decide which one is going to be our next longer term adventure.